今天原本就有一个1300的 points 的路，发现还是不够，因为他一天出几个3天。
All right, thank you.
Thank you for coming by. See you next time.
继续前进，打这场。刚刚是断线哦。
Hands down, you know I put up on you. As you got them jumping all around.
我帮你去打一
They
场
don't
球吧。
know when I'm gonna shoot. They better guard me when I get the inbound. You know it's a bucket if you got your hands down. I grind every summer, so it's going in now. None of my jumpers is touching the rim. I pop the net to be stopping the game. I try to pop it again and again. I don't get tired, I be letting it fly. I shoot the same from beginning to end. No one can stop me, look, no one can stop me. I promise you, no one can stop me. I let it fly with a hand in my face when it going, I don't even watch it. You try to play up, that's when it's a layup. Look all this jelly I'm dropping. Stop all the talking, I'm going for 30. You better tell them to guard me. They gotta be honest, look, they can't do nothing about it. Yeah, I put it up in the air. Look, it's here nothing but bottom. Time to let it fly. 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 Yeah. Why do you got your hands down? You know I put up on you. As you got them jumping all around. They don't know when I'm gonna shoot.
就太公平了。我这球打到，哇，90分！哇，全部都紫色，有什么好玩的？80发。太冲突了。89，我呀喂！怎么这么猛哇？很好打。我去打球吧。先打灰熊啊！灰熊啊，10胜6败，我是7胜9败，哦，几个球员？我这个是主场吗？我先去主场。
Right now on 2K TV, we're shooting threes with Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum 好嗎？
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA on 2K Sports, Ernie Johnson with colleagues Shaq and Ken Smith. Our game tonight featuring the New York Knicks as they go up against the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis has not been playing their best basketball. They lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final.
Spot. Ayo, 听得到吗？听得到吗？
visit us online or at the ticket booth for available tickets. Once a Nick, always a Nick.
T-shirts, jerseys, jackets, letters, and more are available at the Sports Zone station, located in the North and South Hall.
对吗？没有对吗？我们想找有声音比较好一点。
Live from New York at the home of the Knicks, it's the NBA. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And a couple of big-time events going head-to-head tonight. Doris looking at the NBA right now. How has that center position evolved on both ends of the floor?
Well, it seems to me that increasingly, unless you're a shot maker from the perimeter, you can't find time on an NBA floor. So certainly they've become more perimeter-oriented. The ability to at least make a mid-range jump shot helps the spacing on the floor. And then obviously on the defensive end, Kevin, the more valuable you are is based on can you switch in pick-and-roll situations, guard a variety of positions, say 3, 4, 5, and if necessary, in an absolute pickle, can you stay with a guard if you've got to switch a pick-and-roll between a big and a small?
Yeah. The opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Evans the 2 with Parsons at the 3. Marc Gasol is out there with Jones, and it's Conley in at the point guard. Gasol setting the pick for Conley. And Gasol slams it in.
Parsons known for his scoring, but he is a big-time passer as well.
Let's send it out to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Dave Yeager.
Yeah. Well, Kevin, when I asked him about the defensive game plan, he said they have to clog up the middle and deny clean looks at the basket. If they can do that, he thinks they'll have the upper hand. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Conley kicks to Gasol. Shoots over Kansas. Off the left rim and out. For the New York Knicks, they come in off the loss to Houston.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
And when the defense isn't there, Greg, you really open up the floodgates for the other team. They didn't have any heart.
DJ passes to Cantor. Shot clock at 3. Porzingis, it's a 2. Isaac and Cantor with the lay-in. Good.
I love that Cantor will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Evans dishes to Parsons. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Conley's shot is off.
Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
Now, here's DJ. D right on him. Score it. His third straight basket in 3 tries.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Conley gets the bucket.
And the spacing that Conley provides from long range really has become crucial to this offense.
Yes. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. They get Marc Gasol. The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. First free throw is good.
And guys, with DJ, you can see his appreciation for the game, right? And for the work it took to get here. He doesn't take anything for granted. I love it.
The Grizzlies trail by 5. Conley kicks to Gasol. Back to Conley.
Oh.
And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Now, here's DJ. Guarded closer.
Yes.
Carries it from 3-point range. Wells has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Conley kicks to Gasol. Shoots over Cantor. It's Gasol missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Out to Porzingis. Shoots it up. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And really, I just felt like they didn't compete, particularly on the backcourt. Probably their weakest area in that game.
Got absolutely trounced on the glass. A lack of passion for an important aspect of the game.
Conley, the pass to Gasol. To end the run. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, former 4th overall draft pick. Conley took a while to develop physically, but the mental parts have always been there. And Mike Conley Jr., you know, you talk about being bred for success. Remember, his dad was a gold medalist in the triple jump. And you can just see that athleticism in his game. Super quick and elusive out on the floor.
The first free throw is good. And with Conley's athleticism and his handle, tough to keep him out of the lane.
And if you go under on that pick, he can hurt you from deep. This guy really the complete package, arguably the most underrated point guard in our league.
Now here's DJ. Tight defense on him, and it's good. 2 points. 6 points for Enes Kanter.
The efficiency of Enes Kanter is impressive. This guy's massive on the blocks and knows how to score.
Knocked away and stolen by DJ. Banked in off the glass. DJ's got 10 points in the game.
I'll tell you, this guy will not stop pouring it on. It doesn't matter what approach they've tried to use against him. He has had an answer for everything.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Here's Gasol. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer.
Halfway into the season, Doris, teams are already separating themselves from the pack. What are some of the elements you are looking for right now as you take a look at those top teams and trying to figure out a championship contender?
So you know that line, it's about the economy, stupid. It's about the players, right? You gotta have players, you gotta have stars. The contending teams always have at least 2 or 3 stars. So let's begin there. The other part is you've got to have the right role players around the stars. Think about the Draymond Greens. Think about the Kevin Loves. Guys in those positions that are in support of maybe the guys who have the ball in their hands. Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James. There's got to be an unselfishness, a professionalism, a commitment. All the things that make championships possible on any number of levels.
And here is DJ. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game, and good that time.
And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Yeah, you know, it looks like they wanted it more. Outstanding hustle and determination throughout.
Screen by Jones. Evans dishes to Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Evans inside. Shoots from the line. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Knicks leading by 14. Wells kicks to DJ. The Grizzlies pull it in. Jones up top. He's covered by Kanter and stolen by DJ. Here's Wells. No good with the triple. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Parsons passes to Conley. There's a good screen. Out to Brooks. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Brooks has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's DJ. He's guarded closely.
Yes,
and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Michael Conley picks one up.
DJ not allowing the defense to dictate the action. Instead, he goes on the attack, drives the lane, and forces the foul.
First free throw is good. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Chandler Parsons. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Doors with the players being so athletic and the plays happening so incredibly fast, the league is looking at maybe 4 or 5 officials. Would that just be more whistles or better officiating?
I'm glad you're chuckling about this because I don't know how the geometry of this works.
Thank you.
As it is, sometimes the size of the players seems to swallow up dimensions of the floor. Kevin, one of the things that Steve Kerr once said to me was, we are trying to make officiating a science when in fact officiating is an art, and sometimes mistakes is part of the human dynamic. Can we leave the officials alone, please?
And I think if they're over 90% correct, which is I think even low in terms of success in them calling a game, that is phenomenal. And the analytics, as you know, Doris, coming from the league office, is off the charts. They've never been more detail-oriented.
Correct. The NBA officials are the best in the world. Are they perfect? No. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. Let's just play on.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
I think they've got to ramp up the pressure. There's no excuse for letting them score at will in the paint. Make them feel you.
OK 吗？那会好一点吗？好吧，继续。
Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Doug McDermott. And it's Ntilikina in for Wells. Rabs checked in for Memphis. Rondo comes in for Michael Conley. Rondo kicks to Evans. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And he gets it to go. Rabs got his first basket of the night.
Oh, tough play. Boy, did he have to fight to get that one to the rim.
DJ dishes to Hardaway. Pass to DJ.
Yeah.
That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Pass to Rab.
Ah.
Foul called on DJ. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And
New York. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. They've got Trevor Ariza, EJ out there with Wells. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's McDermott in at the 4 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now. Parsons attacking. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
That's just sneaky inside. Parsons has that capability.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well,
Yeah.
DJ in the last matchup against the Rockets lit up the floor. He ended up with 50 points and seemed to be playing in slow motion with a huge number of assists. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
David, appreciate the report. He was a one-man show in that game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see how much that took out of him. I mean, he'll have a hard time putting up anything even close to those numbers here tonight.
Well, you do wonder, though, Greg, does he still have some of the adrenaline going from that performance? No matter how tired he is, he should have plenty of energy coming off that.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Now here's Conley. Defense right on him. There's a good screen. Brooks setting the pick for Conley. Back to Brooks. Gasol passes to Parsons. Over Ariza. Parsons' shot is off. New York leading by 13. Now here's DJ. Gasol with the steal. Brooks outside. To the inside. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And he knows how to make good use of his size in that low block. And Gasol's inside game is very refined. There's a smoothness to how he approaches it.
Yes.
Here's DJ. He's covered closely. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Or who are some of the guys that surprise you with their toughness on a nightly basis in the NBA?
You know, you have to think historically, pound for pound in the history of the NBA, the toughest single guy was Allen Iverson. For me, the current iteration, and I'm not saying that Isaiah Thomas is Allen Iverson, they're drastically different players because Isaiah doesn't have that kind of athleticism that AI had early. But Isaiah at 5'9", to continually find his way into the paint, to be willing to attack the bigs, to absorb the kind of pounding he does, and get himself into the MVP conversation, Kevin, really, that was incredible.
LeBron probably takes, for a guy his size, to think he can dish it out, but I'm telling you, I think he gets whacked all the time.
I think, Kevin, this is the single hardest guy in the NBA to officiate today, and frankly, I do not believe LeBron James goes to the foul line as much as he deserves.
Well said. Kicks it to Jones. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Jones has got his first 2 points of the night.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
DJ throws it down.
Boy, Kev, what terrific rhythm to DJ's game tonight. Nothing rushed, nothing forced, a smooth, efficient performance.
Now here is Conley. He's tightly guarded. Outside Gasol. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley. A chance to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for New York.
And it's really been a big night for that backcourt. They've given their guards as much freedom as they want, and over again, those guys have come through.
Brooks outside. Back to Parsons. Screen by Jones. And here's Conley outside. That shot off. The Knicks go the other way with it. That one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Rejected by Gasol. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And count it. And a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That's just toughness. Playing through contact. Parsons gets a trip to the line.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line. And when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
And that one falls for Parsons.
I tell you, for such a tremendous jump shooter, Parsons has been surprisingly average at the line.
One finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
Stats for Gasol. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. Averaging 15 points a game, 9 rebounds and 4 assists. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
Tries from 16, good for his 6th make, and a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
I'll tell you, what a start in the first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
Now here's DJ. He's tightly guarded, lays it up off the glass.
I'll tell you, he's got a good grasp of low post offense. DJ doing work in the interior.
Conley kicks to Gasol. Porzingis with the steal. Now here's McDermott, covered by Parsons. Now DJ, he's got 29 points.
Yeah.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
How about not shying away from contact? DJ earns a trip to the stripe. Solid physical play, Kev.
Doris, we're always talking about players developing their skill sets. What do you think is your hardest skill to develop as a broadcaster?
I think for me, the hardest skill to learn was to learn how to relax, to have fun, to not be anything but your most authentic self, because I think the viewer picks up on it. If you're forcing things, if you're trying to be another broadcaster that perhaps you like to emulate. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
I always say broadcasting a basketball game is like a running conversation between 2 people, because there's so much scoring, and the rhythm and the flow of the game just lend itself to that.
At its best, you're 100% correct.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Wells in the corner. Pass to DJ. Gasol with the rebound. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Brooks outside.
Brooks. Oh.
And a miss there on the triple. New York's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now here's DJ. Tight defense on him, and easy 2 points on the layup.
Boy, his output has been impressive today, and it doesn't look like he's done cooking just yet.
Brooks dishes to Jones. And here's Conley outside. Again, Conley missing.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Sinks the triple. That's 36 points for DJ.
What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
Memphis moving it around. Screen by Jones. Gasol setting the pick for Parsons. Clock at 6. With some arc. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Cantor's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Porzingis, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Brooks, the pass to Conley. Over to the left wing. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Hands on Porzingis.
And I'll tell you, Gasol's one of the few second-round picks to command a max contract in his career.
Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for the Knicks. Ntilikina comes in for Wells. The Grizzlies also changing it up. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Terrence Jones. Evans comes in for Chandler Parsons. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Brooks. And the rejection by Evans. Rondo kicks to Conley.
And already his 3rd foul. It's got to be time to get him out of there probably until the 3rd quarter.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots at the game right here.
And examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
The Knicks making a switch.
Okay,
checked in. Rab's checked in for Memphis.
And the potential that Ntilikina has is really cause to be exciting. A lengthy point guard who can run the offense well, and if he bulks up, look out for this guy.
Good on the second free throw. Here's Evans. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. From the arc. And it's DJ missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Green with a screen on Hardaway. And it's Conley penetrating. Got a piece of it.
Oh, that's a big-time contest. Willie, not a high flyer, but knows how to position himself.
Now, here's DJ. He's guarded closely. That shot missing.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg. Especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
Evans against Hardaway. And here's Conley outside. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists in the game. New York leading by 14. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the half. There's the dish to DJ. And the shot goes down. DJ's got 38 points.
I'll say he's just too hard to handle inside. Even with someone draped all over him, DJ finds a way to score.
Here's Evans, and Evans throws it down hard.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Now, here's DJ. Defense is right there. Got a piece of it. They retain possession. And he recovers it. Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
Kept quick to the punch. Good anticipation by Willie. That time owning the offensive glass.
It could go. That time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's the New York Knicks. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen. You look at DJ in this game, he's been everywhere.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them, and really few forced shots here so far.
I think, Greg, we're seeing a couple things. Terrific play calling, unselfish nature, and quality shooting. That makes for good offense.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's the 5 for Dave Yeager. Evans the 2 with Parsons at the 3. Jones is out there with Marc Gasol. And it's Conley in at the 1. And it's Evans missing.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Conley with it. Good looking screen by Gasol. Shot clock at 6. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Gasol's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Grizzlies. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And it's DJ missing. The Grizzlies trail by 11. Conley dishes to Parsons. That cuts the lead to single digits. Parsons got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Now that's his game. Parsons, one of the league's best at catch and shoot.
And here is DJ. He has 38 in the game.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the second half. They're going to have to start tightening things up on the offensive end.
Conley kicks to Parsons. Gasol passes to Jones. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Boy, nice feed. Leading him into some space. A nice catch on the run, too. Wow.
The pass to DJ. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Well, after missing their first 3 shots, they finally get one to go in this half.
Doris, you've interviewed so many great players and coaches. What are some of the key personality traits that stars seem to share?
Yeah, I would say it's probably like somebody who's either a lawyer or a doctor, right? They're always A-type personalities. They're competitive. They're perfectionists. They have great capacity for work. I don't think you make it to the NBA unless you're incredibly committed.
All set. Outside Conley. The three. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Out to Porzingis. Evans gets the rebound.
Tough start to the second half. Just 1 from 5. Wow.
It'll go, and the Knick lead is cut down now to just 5 on the bucket from Mike Conley.
Well, this here is a game. Good run to close the gap.
Yeah, they ramped up their intensity, forced good things to happen, and now they're right back in it.
It's good.
The defense has just been unable to slow him down. Wow, what a game.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Green's checked in. Free throw no good for DJ. The Grizzlies trail by 7. Parsons dishes to Conley. Back to Parsons. Outside Conley. Down low. Here's Jones. No good that time. Excellent D from Cantor. New York leading by 7. DJ kicks to Porzingis. Traps in the tray. Porzingis has got a second bucket of the night.
Well, this is a clear case in point of where the comparison to Dirk Nowitzki is so apropos. Not many 7-footers with that kind of range, Kev.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up. Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Lined it up and knocked it down. His second triple tonight.
The Grizzlies trail by 13. Kicks it out to Jones. Parsons outside. He feeds it to Evans. And the shot is long.
I'll tell you, that's been the story of this guy's night. He can't get anything to fall.
Wells in the corner for the three. Evans with the rebound. Evans has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. He kicks it to Jones. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one. I'll tell you, he's been one area they haven't had to worry about tonight. He's been scoring at will.
Backed in off the glass. DJ's got 48.
You know, he's flat fueling their success. Most of the offense has gone through him.
Here's Evans. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Outside Conley. Parsons outside. Yeah, that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 5 assists in the game. Now, here's DJ. What an incredible score he has put on tonight. And he gets the bucket.
Look, Kev, that's not an easy finish. DJ having to deal with a lot of contact as he's going through with that one.
Now Conley. 21 points in the game. Green, the screen. Jumper off the screen. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. That's 23 points for Conley.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
DJ passes to Cantor from the baseline. You can't get that one.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
Parsons with it. Now defended by McDermott. Screen by Jones. Lets a floater go, but they'll get another chance. Green, no luck. The Knicks leading by 10. From past the arc. And it's DJ missing.
Yeah, I think when you look at what Porzingis can do on the offensive end of the floor, you see why he is so dangerous, right? He's got a great perimeter shot. He's got unbelievable size and a great release point. And he has good control over the basketball, can put it on the deck and create for himself or his teammates. That's a lot to offer.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. Second, the Grizzlies.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
And the first one, a different look for New York. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Cantor. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for McDermott, and it's Ntilikina in for Wells. Then for the Grizzlies, Rab comes in for Terrence Jones, and Brooks subbed in for Parsons. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Evans passes to Rab. Back to Evans. They set the pick. Terrific design on the pig foot, and he lays it in. Evans has got his second bucket. And Porzingis, who is well on his way to being one of the bigger stars in the NBA. You know, Doris, he handled the ball well as he won the skills competition. You saw it at the 2017 All-Star game.
Yeah, and I think if you were watching the Knicks during the regular season, it didn't surprise you. Porzingis is a guy who knows how to get some space with his jab step and his dribbling ability. His vision is improving, and to me, it looks like he has the ability to be an elite playmaking big at some point.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for Mike Conley.
And a good job bringing that free throw percentage here in the second half, doing a great job.
And the foul called on DJ. 7 seconds left to play in the third. With one on the clock, got it off in time, but it's no good. And so it's New York out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their transition game has been in full effect. Back to the action after this word. And now let's hear what head coach Dave Yeager was reviewing with his team.
Good stuff, got on the move now.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Porzingis and Hernan Gomez are together down low. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with DJ. And it's Robinson in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for New York right now.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Here's Gasol. Second shot opportunity, and it's finished off inside by Conley. Conley's got 25 points.
You know, when Conley's scoring like this, I think they are a better team. I mean, the passing is great, but fill it up, Mike. I'm loving this.
Some changes for Memphis. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Gasol. And Parsons subbed in for Rajon Rondo. That free throw, no good for the Knicks. Dennis Kanter's checked in for Porzingis. And Wells is subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. He hits the second from the line. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Brooks kicks to Green. Green, the screen. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Hernan Gomez has got 7 rebounds in the game. DJ with it. Conley picks him up. Robinson kicks to DJ. From 11 feet away. Great D that time from Green.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Conley inside the line. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. The girl is checked in for New York. Conley dishes to Parsons. And there's the call on Shammy Wells. That is his first foul of the game. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Parsons outside. Here's Jones. Not enough on that one as it misses. New York leading by 18. A three ball, and he knocks it down. Good looking three there from DJ. DJ's got 60.
Challenging this D with the three ball. That's his second from distance this half, and he also hit one in the first half, too.
Conley the pass to Brooks. Green the screen. And Parsons kicks to Brooks. Here's Conley, buried from 15 feet out. Conley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, he's carried his share of the load tonight, Kev, but he might need to carry even more if they're going to turn this thing around.
And yes, it's good. 62 points for DJ. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Now here's Conley, guarded closer. Jones, no one around him. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 6 assists here tonight. DJ with it, and the layup falls.
Scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Conley kicks to Jones. Green breaking loose. Jones, no luck.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
It's stolen by Jones. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And he drops it in from the low post.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Boy, when he's alone in the open court, he just attacks, right? I mean, turning on the jets and finishing easily at the rim.
And that replay presented by Under Armour showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment.
Strong arm work inside gets DJ to the line. Good to see him getting physical in the low box.
DJ. 2 shots.
He threw good, DJ. Of course, not too long ago, changes were made to the intentional foul rule. In your observation, has this made a positive difference?
Well, I certainly love that the away from the play fouls were extended to include the last 2 minutes of each period. I don't think you should necessarily give an advantage to a team that is playing from behind by intentionally fouling a poor free throw shooter. So that's one. I do believe now the bigger issue in the NBA has become these shooting fouls where the shooter is launching himself into a defender. I think that the NBA will take a hard look at that and make any necessary change.
Totally agree, Doris. I don't want to pinpoint one player, but James Harden has made that hard.
That's correct.
And when you're down this many points, hard to justify a good shooter that wide open.
Right. If you want to get back in the game, you simply can't afford to let long-range shooters get comfortable.
And it's Brooks in the corner. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell. That was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
The Grizzlies trail by 21. And here we go. The Grizzlies on a fast break. And the foul called on DJ. That's his 5th foul.
Oh, my. He really needs to be careful now. That was his 5th foul of the night.
And here is Conley. Green the screen. Feeds it to Conley. It's good. Conley's got 6 points in the quarter. New York leading by 19 points. Now here's DJ. Wells in the corner.
Yes.
And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Boy, Kev, what a feed. That's what you get from DJ. Someone who understands where to put the basketball and when.
Brooks kicks to Parsons. To the paint. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Porzingis. Of course, the league would prefer that players stay in college a minimum of 2 years before entering the draft. Others have countered with straight out of high school in that approach. Which way do you lean?
I would say I would lean to allow these young men, if they're prepared and have the talent and ability to go straight from high school to the league, they should have that opportunity. We don't put restrictions on any other field of endeavor. If you're a great musician, you can go to New York City and make a living in an orchestra on Broadway. To me, if you're capable, you should be allowed the opportunity. This is America. We are a land of opportunity.
And both free throws good for DJ. Grizzlies have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Conley sets a screen for Green. Back to Conley. Jones sets the pick for Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the basket by Jones.
He's known as more steady than flashy, but that was a sensational pass by Conley. He can get fancy when he needs to.
And it's DJ missing. The Grizzlies trail by 20. Here's Parsons. Porzingis with the block. And a fast break now for the Knicks. DJ with the ball. Wells in the corner. Parsons comes for the double team. With the shot. That one off the back iron and out.
A bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
And it's Evans in the corner. Screen by Jones. Evans kicks to Green. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans.
I always like seeing Evans share the basketball. A capable passer who knows how to get his guys going.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. He's fouled out of the game.
And probably coming out of the game anyway. I think we're officially into garbage time.
Rabs checked in for Memphis. Now here's DJ. He's guarded closely, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Clearly a foul.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for Mike Conley. That free throw, no good.
At the line for 2.
And he sinks the second. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Rab, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Ennis Cantor. First one falls for him.
One of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break. And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Basket counts.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Evans attacking. Porzingis with the steal. Now DJ. And DJ throws it down.
Well, that's how you like to see DJ finish a drive, not holding anything back. Send a message.
There's a screen. Rondo with it. Out guarded by DJ. Jones dishes to Evans. Excellent D from Cantor.
Well, defenders are in the area, and that's all it took to force him to change his release.
Shoots from 8. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. It'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. And here's Rondo. Here's Rab. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. And so it's New York with it. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. And DJ throws it down.
Boy, what a nice, strong finish. DJ not taking any chances with that one.
The Grizzlies trail by 21. They set the pick. Screen by Jones. Hit the floater, and he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too.
I like what they're doing here in the second half, getting a lot of production in the paint and still trailing, but starting to show some grit down low.
And Memphis making a change here. Brooks checked in. Now here's DJ. He started closer, played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right
now. Outside Rondo, dishes to Evans. The feed to Parsons. Memphis moving that ball around. Pass to Evans. 5 to shoot. Jones sets the pick for Evans. Teardrop shot. That one doesn't go. Excellent D from Cancer. 8 feet away. And it's DJ missing.
Well, the offense got him the ball in exactly the position they wanted. That's just better defense.
Rondo with it. Out guarded by DJ. And stolen by DJ. Drops in the breakaway layup. 8 points for Shammy Wells.
And it's just encouraging to watch Wells come up with the steal there. Definitely an area of his game that he continues to work on.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. Doors for you in evaluating how good a player was over his career. You can look at analytics, whatever avenue you want to take. How important are the rings, the championships in that equation for you?
You know, I know there is some conversation that's saying if you don't have a ring, your career wasn't great. I would say this to you. Karl Malone and John Stockton are in no way diminished in terms of their Hall of Fame credentials simply because they lacked a ring. Sometimes it's the era within which you're operating. Michael Jordan was the greatest player of his generation. Some would say the greatest player of all time. I would say that Karl Malone and John Stockton, unfortunately, were at their peak, in the peak of maybe the greatest player, Michael Jordan. So in no way is someone like Patrick Ewing diminished in terms of his stature and greatness simply because the Knicks were never able to break through. I don't buy that argument.
You framed that so well.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped and they put them on the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. He's off on the second. The Knicks leading by 22. Passes to DJ. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. It seems like individual All-Star and MVP voting is heavily influenced by how players' teams perform. Is that a good thing?
Well, I will say this, Kevin. I have a vote in some of the postseason awards. And if, in fact, I've got 2 players at the same position and I need some line of demarcation to separate one from another, a team's win-loss record may influence that. Now, you might say it's unfair, but sometimes the difference between a player making it and not making it is minuscule. I would say this to you, Kevin. I would like to see all-star teams go out to 15 players as opposed to 12. There are 3 teams, first, second, and third, all NBA. Why not have 15 guys on the all-star team?
Excellent idea. Back to Rondo. Can they get it? Hands it from downtown.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for New York.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for DJ.
Well, guys, this guy has been a handful all night long. His scoring really propelled them, and no matter what the matchup was or what the scheme they tried to use, they could not keep this guy in check.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The throw good. Tyreek Evans. Doris, the new designated player veteran exception, allows teams to pay their biggest stars much more money than any other team can offer around the league. How good is that for the league in terms of competitive balance?
Well, you would never, to me, want to see a player like LeBron James or Kevin Durant underpaid relative to their value of the team. And I think for a long time, Kevin, that was part of this. And so I'm interested in your take. I want these guys to be fairly compensated. And that's the most important thing.
I do love when a player is developed by a team and stays with that team. We see so few of those instances in pro sports, but a lifelong Pacer or a lifelong Celtic, I think to me that has great meaning, especially if I were a fan of that team.
Well, we were so used to that as kids growing up. You know, those players stuck with our team for extended periods and many times for their entire career.
Yes. Outside Rondo. Right side Green. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo.
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they've built here into the next game, because this one looks over.
Fast break Memphis. And he finished it off with a lay-in.
How about the energy? Just relentless here. Rondo excellent at just gliding down the floor and finishing in style.
Intercepted. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock from 12 feet out. Here's Green. Right through the D for the layup.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
And that one's good, DJ.
And that's killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
I think that's exactly the mentality you have to have. You don't want to give this team any hope of coming back.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front.
This game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
그렇죠. 오, 양화노는 듣지 않으면 된대. 당신사, 야, 이제 그거 말고.
DJ, great game. Thanks, Troy. I'm blowing up. You're trending. Oh, hey, we need to go do an interview. The guys in the studio. Let's go. Let's get it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Shaq here. Congrats on the career high in points. You remind me of myself. You look great. How do you rank scoring on your list of achievements so far?
Shaq, it felt great, you know, and it's definitely a game that I won't be forgetting anytime soon. I'm just glad that I was able to have this kind of offensive impact in a game that we came out on top of.
Brody asked the wrong question. He gave the right answer.
맞아. 我，然后这个来。85分的才是。85分也开玩笑，今天真的是太顺手了，非常的顺手。好，这一集就到这里，拜。